Hello everyone, and welcome back to Life Single Review. I hope you're all doing well and ready for something a little different today. We are diving into an alternate reality, a what-if scenario that will completely change the way you see our main character, Huyen. What would have happened if Huyen wasn't the timid, fearful woman we first met? What if, from the very moment Thuy stepped into her home with all that arrogance and contempt, Huyen had met her with strength and confidence instead of fear? Would Thuy still have dared to look down on her? Would the confrontation have ended differently? And most importantly, would Huyen have proven her worth even sooner? Today's story explores exactly that. A version where Huyen chooses power over fear, dignity over submission, and self-respect over silence. This is the story of a woman who knows her value from day one and isn't afraid to show it. It's a reminder that strength doesn't make you less worthy of love. It makes you shine even brighter. Don't miss this powerful alternate ending. Subscribe to Life Single Review and hit that notification bell to join us on more emotional journeys like this one. Let's get started. The afternoon sun was beginning to lower in the sky when Huyen returned home from her day of hard work in the fields. Her muscles ached, her clothes were dusty, but there was a lightness in her step. She'd earned good money today, enough to cover Maya's school fees and buy her daughter the milk she needed. As she approached her small bamboo house, she noticed an unfamiliar motorcycle parked outside. Her heart didn't skip with fear. Instead, she felt a calm certainty wash over her. She'd been expecting this moment for a while now. Huyen walked steadily toward her home and found a well-dressed woman standing near the entrance, looking around with barely concealed disdain. The woman turned when she heard footsteps, and their eyes met. Huyen knew immediately who this was. The expensive clothes, the entitled posture, the critical gaze taking in every detail of the humble property. This could only be Thuy. "Hello," Huyen said clearly, her voice steady and warm. "Can I help you?" She didn't shrink back or lower her eyes. Instead, she stood tall, meeting Thuy's stare with calm composure. "You're Huyen, right?" Thuy's voice dripped with condescension, as if she were addressing someone far beneath her station. "Yes, I'm Huyen," she replied evenly. "And you must be Miss Thuy, Dee's wife. Or should I say, his soon-to-be ex-wife." There was no malice in her tone, just simple statement of fact. She'd heard enough about Thuy to know exactly what kind of person she was dealing with. Thuy's eyes narrowed. "I am Mr. Dee's legal wife," she emphasized, trying to establish dominance. "I came here to see what kind of woman made him rush to file for divorce like that." Huyen nodded slowly, a slight smile playing at the corners of her mouth. "Well, now you're here. Would you like to come inside and sit down? I can make us some tea." She gestured toward the house with a grace that suggested she was inviting a guest into a palace rather than a simple bamboo structure. Thuy hesitated, thrown off balance by Huyen's composure. She'd expected tears, stammering apologies, perhaps even begging. Instead, this woman in dusty work clothes was treating her with polite courtesy, as if Thuy's presence here was perfectly natural and not at all threatening. They sat down on the simple wooden chairs, and Huyen poured water into 2 glasses with steady hands. "Please have some water," she said, placing a glass in front of Thuy. "It's clean well water, very refreshing after a long journey. You must have traveled quite a distance to find this place." Thuy took the glass but didn't drink. Instead, she looked around the modest home with obvious scorn. "I thought you'd be something special," she finally said, her voice sharp with mockery. "But it turns out you're just ordinary and dirt poor. You must be very good at playing the innocent, gentle woman to manipulate men. That's how you bewitched Dee, isn't it?" Huyen's expression didn't change. She took a sip of her own water, set down the glass carefully, and looked directly at Thuy. When she spoke, her voice was calm but carried an underlying strength that made Thuy sit up straighter. "Miss Thuy, you came to my home, so I'm treating you with respect as a guest should be treated. But let me be very clear about something." Huyen paused, making sure she had Thuy's full attention. "I don't need to pretend to be anything I'm not. I don't manipulate. I don't scheme. And I certainly don't bewitch anyone. He came to me because he saw in me something real, something genuine. No calculations, no hidden agendas, just honesty." Thuy's face reddened with anger. "Don't lecture me. I know exactly what you are. You urged Dee to file for divorce, didn't you? You want to take that land that belonged to us. I know your game." Huyen shook her head slowly, not defensively, but with quiet confidence. "Miss Thuy, you've known me for all of 5 minutes and you think you understand who I am. Let me tell you about myself. Not because I need to justify anything to you, but because you deserve to know the truth." She leaned forward slightly, her gaze never wavering. "I am a single mother. I raise my daughter alone, working whatever jobs I can find. Today I was in the fields, pulling weeds and tilling soil until my hands bled. Yesterday I carried heavy loads at the market. Tomorrow I'll be doing something else just as difficult. I work hard, Ms. Thuy. I earn every single dong that puts food on my table and clothes on my daughter's back. You call me poor?" Huyen continued, her voice gaining strength. "You're absolutely right. I am poor in material wealth, but I'm rich in dignity. I don't take what isn't mine. I don't steal from anyone. Everything you see in this humble house, I earned it myself with these 2 hands." She held up her work-worn hands, showing them without shame. "You talk about manipulation and schemes," Huyen said, her eyes boring into Thuy's. "But let me ask you something. Who left their marriage 3 years ago to chase after a wealthier man? Who abandoned a good, hard-working husband because he couldn't provide a luxurious lifestyle? That wasn't me, Ms. Thuy. That was you." Thuy opened her mouth to protest, but Huyen held up a hand. "I'm not finished. You want to know why they chose me? It's not because I'm more beautiful than you. I know I'm not. It's not because I have more to offer materially. Obviously, I don't. He chose me because when he comes home tired from the docks, I don't complain that he doesn't make enough money. I don't compare him to other men. I don't make him feel small or inadequate. When Day is with me," Huyen's voice softened but remained firm, "he doesn't have to pretend to be anything other than who he is. He can be a simple dock worker, And that's enough. That's more than enough. Because I see his worth not in his bank account, but in his character, his kindness, his loyalty, his hard work. She paused, letting her words sink in before continuing. You mentioned the land. Let me be absolutely clear about this. I have never, not once, asked Dee about that land. I've never told him what to do with it. I've never even discussed it with him unless he brought it up first. Do you know why? Because I don't care about it. That land is between you and him. It has nothing to do with me. Thuy's hands were trembling now, whether from rage or something else. It was hard to tell. You're lying, she spat out. Everyone wants something. You're just better at hiding it. No, Ms. Thuy, Huyen said gently, almost with pity. Not everyone is driven by greed. Not everyone measures their worth in property and possessions. Some of us find value in different things. In love, in peace, in watching our children grow up happy and healthy, in being able to sleep at night with a clear conscience. You had a good man, Huyen continued, her voice carrying a note of sadness now. A man who would have worked himself to the bone to make you happy. A man who was faithful and honest and true. But it wasn't enough for you, was it? You wanted more, always more. And in chasing after that more, you lost what truly mattered. The silence that followed was heavy and profound. Thuy stared at Huyen, really looked at her for the first time. This woman in her simple, dust-stained clothes, sitting in this basic bamboo house, somehow seemed to tower over her. There was a dignity to Huyen that no amount of expensive clothing could buy, a strength that no mansion could provide. I could make things very difficult for you, Thuy finally said, but her voice had lost some of its earlier venom. I could take you to court. I could sue you for destroying my marriage. I could make sure you never... You could try, Huyen interrupted, still calm. You're certainly welcome to take me to court if you think you have a case. But, Ms. Thuy, I want you to think about something. You left Dee 3 years ago. You've been living with another man all this time. You never came back, never tried to reconcile, never showed any interest in saving your marriage until you heard about the divorce proceedings. What exactly do you think a judge will say? Thuy's jaw clenched. She knew Huyen was right, but admitting it was another matter entirely. And as for destroying your marriage, Huyen continued, her voice gentler now. Your marriage was destroyed long before I came into the picture. It was destroyed the moment you decided that money mattered more than love. The moment you walked out that door, looking for something better. You destroyed it yourself. Just then, they heard the sound of a motorcycle approaching. Both women turned to see Day pulling up, with little Maya seated behind him, her arms wrapped around his waist. When Maya spotted her mother, she jumped off the bike with a delighted squeal. Mommy! Day helped Maya down and then froze when he saw Thuy sitting with Huyen. His face went through several emotions in quick succession. Surprise, concern, protectiveness. He started to move quickly toward them, but Huyen raised a hand slightly, a small gesture that said, "It's okay, I've got this." Ms. Thuy was just visiting," Huyen said smoothly, standing up with the grace of a queen rising from her throne. "We've had a good conversation, haven't we, Miss Thuy?" Thuy stood as well, but she seemed diminished somehow, as if the conversation had physically shrunk her. She looked at Dae, then at Huyen, then at little Maya, who was now holding Huyen's hand and looking up at the stranger with curious eyes. For the first time since arriving, Thuy saw the complete picture. She saw how Dae looked at Huyen, not with the desperate gratitude of a man who'd been saved, but with genuine love and respect. She saw how natural they were together, how Maya called Huyen Mommy with such pure affection, how the three of them formed a unit that was complete and whole without her. "You really love him," Thuy said quietly. And it wasn't an accusation anymore, just a statement of fact, tinged with something that might have been regret. "Yes," Huyen replied simply. "I really do. And more importantly, I respect him. I value him. I appreciate who he is, not who I wish he would be." Thui's eyes began to glisten with unshed tears. She'd come here to assert her dominance, to put this poor woman in her place, to reclaim what she thought was rightfully hers. Instead, she'd been confronted with the uncomfortable truth of her own failures. She'd had everything Huyen now had. She'd had Dae's love, his loyalty, his devotion, and she'd thrown it away like garbage. "I should go," Thuy said, her voice barely above a whisper. She walked toward her motorcycle, her expensive heels clicking on the hard-packed earth. But she paused before getting on, turning back one last time. "He made the right choice," she said, looking directly at Huyen. "I hate to admit it, but he made the right choice choosing you." And with that, she started her motorcycle and drove away, leaving behind a cloud of dust and the weight of regrets she'd carry forever. After Thui's motorcycle disappeared down the road, Dae walked over to Huyen and pulled her into a tight embrace. "I heard some of what you said," he murmured into her hair. "I'm so proud of you. You were incredible." Huyen smiled against his chest. "I was just being honest. I wasn't going to let her make me feel small or ashamed. We have nothing to be ashamed of. We have nothing to hide." Maya tugged at Huyen's sleeve. "Mommy, who was that lady? Why did she look so sad?" Huyen knelt down to Maya's level, brushing a strand of hair from her daughter's face. "She was someone who learned an important lesson today, sweetheart. She learned that happiness doesn't come from having a lot of money or fancy things. It comes from loving people who love you back and being true to who you are." This story reminds us that strength and gentleness aren't opposites. They can coexist beautifully in the same person. Huyen proved that you don't have to be loud or aggressive to be strong. You just have to know your worth and refuse to let anyone diminish it. She showed us that true power comes from integrity, from knowing who you are and standing firm in that knowledge. Dae didn't choose Huyen because she was perfect. He chose her because she was real, honest, kind, and yes, strong enough to stand up for their love. Thank you for joining us on this powerful journey. What did you think about this version of Huyen? Do you believe strength makes a woman more attractive or less? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If this story inspired you, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Life Single Review for more stories about real people, real struggles, and real strength. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our next episode. Until next time, remember, you are worthy, you are valuable, and you deserve to be treated with respect. Stand tall, speak your truth,